How was the blended family? How did that work, Steve?
Oh, that shit hard. that shit.
Tribe. Yeah, I got a tribe. Hey, Yanika. Hey, darling. D. Muhammad. I see that comment. You know I got you and you know what's coming. And by the way, don't y'all mess with me in these YouTube streets. You see the 980. I got a whole tribe of 980 folks, all right? You better know it, darling. You see the 10,000 views. We had the 20,000 last month. I don't take it lightly. I know the folks are watching. I know they hear me too, and I'm going to prove to you today that they are listening. So while they're listening, let's go ahead and get some teaching going, okay? Now listen, we're talking about Lori Harvey. All right, so if you're expecting me to belittle her, to shame her, to make her feel bad for her decisions, you're in the wrong video, darling. Go ahead and exit out. All right? Hut wisdom all the time on this channel. We're always looking at teachable moments. The whole point of today's video is to show young women where they might be while on their feminine journey, while on their journey to womanhood. And hopefully shed some light to Lori, because I know she watches. I know her people watches. All right? Hi, Chloe Bailey. Hi, darling. Hi, Haley. Hi, darling. In the event, I want to show you something. And we're going to learn today, so I hope you're sitting down. We're going to learn today. I want you to watch this. Come on back, and you and I will chat. Go ahead.
Baby nephew. What do you like? Tell me what you're like as an aunt.
I am the fun auntie.
Baby nephew. What do you like? Tell me what you're like as an aunt.
I am the fun auntie.
Let me slow it down for you. Watch that again, darling. What did I just point out? I think I've said this a million times to women, that it doesn't matter who's in the room. Asana will show up, okay? And Asana will be very apparent, okay? She'll be very apparent. It's not going to be so much into, her complete look, but it's how she owns the room. And I want to show you something here. We're not comparing the two women. That's not what we're doing. We're simply pointing something out. Chloe looks over to Lori when being asked the question, how does she feel being an auntie? And she gives this genuine, oh, it's the best, by taking both of her hands, reaching into her chest, and then looking over to Lori, kind of as if to let her know, or to give her the buy-in, or to bring her on board. It's kind of like a friendly buy-in, okay? Or a friendly let-in. I want to let you into my world, right? As her being an auntie. But there's something even more interesting that I want you guys to pay attention to, okay? When Asana is in her element, when she's home, when she's owning the room, you'll find that she relaxes a little bit. There's no need to put up a front. There's no need to be acting or on stage, so she's a little bit more relaxed. She's at home. Her legs will naturally fall side by side. All right. If Asana has on a skirt, perhaps she'll cross at the ankle to preserve or to present herself as an upstanding woman. Okay. When a woman crosses her legs at the knee, that's a very intentional act. In this video, we have two women who are crossed at the knee and two women whose legs are side by side. I want to give you a new perspective. A woman whose legs are crossed at the knee, she's in her head about how she's presenting herself to the world. Okay. You're probably thinking, Karima, we were all taught to cross our legs. This is nothing. Well, let me just point this out, okay? We were all taught that, yes, that means you're in your head about how you're presenting yourself. But the most natural thing to do, if you're trying to be conscious of the fact that you have on a dress and you want to reserve some parts of your sacredness to yourself, the most natural thing to do will be to cross at the ankle. In fact, it's most appropriate to cross at the ankle. To cross at the knee requires a lot of energy, a lot of thought, and it means that you are really aware, self-aware of that moment. It's not a relaxing thing to have your leg crossed up and over across your knee. The most natural way to do this in any setting, if you have on a skirt and if you have on a dress, will be to cross at the ankle. It allows you to be more relaxed. It allows you to be more relatable. It allows you to be at home in that space. But when your legs are crossed and your arms are folded, that means that you're reserving most of your energy to yourself and you're not sharing it with the environment that you're in. When your arms are open, your chest is open, your legs are relaxed, you're able to really utilize all of your energy and to share as much of it with the environment that you're in. And that way you fill up a little bit more of the room. You're at home with the room. What I want to point out here is that we're seeing an energetic change happen in Lori Harvey that is unsettling but right on time for her age. And I'm going to go deep, but I want to play this next clip for you. You guys watch this and come on back.
And just, Lori, we talked quickly about you being an equestrian before, and I think this is important to hear because a lot of people have a dream and then you had an injury and that dream was...
All right. Now, for as long as we've been making videos for 3 years, prior to that, there was not almost one video on the internet of Lori Harvey talking about the fact that she was an equestrian. Ever since we made that video, we got thousands of views, all right? I've never seen so many equestrians. I mean, it is refreshing to my senses, the amount of brown and black women engaging in this sport. When I tell you, it is on fire and it is amazing to see. I had asked young women, please do something more than just be a pretty face. Please learn how to ride horses. Please learn how to shoot a bow and arrow. I mean, learn how to do something, get a sport, and learn how to love it, because that is an unspoken energy that walks with you. It opens up doors for you. And Lori had never talked about it before until this video here. And she talked about how she had an injury and it ended. And so she needed something else, something more. In my last video on Lori, I told you guys, I spoke directly to Lori, to be careful, to be owned by the very industry that she is a part of. Because what will happen is it will energetically change you forever. When the world fell in love with Lori Harvey, it was refreshing to see a beautiful, gorgeous face. But there was also something extremely magnetic about her, something that pulled you in. You wanted to know a little bit more about. You wanted to learn a little bit more. It was something uncertain that sparked your interest. Was it the fact that, she's Steve Harvey's stepdaughter? What was it about her? People had an interest. But now that she's multiplied by the millions, I mean, you can scroll up and down TikTok and Instagram, and you'll find 1,000,001 Lori Harveys. They're not Lori Harvey, but you understand where I'm going. She's created her own brand. She's an entrepreneur. Now she's an actress. Here's what I want young women to understand. That Lori's train is right on schedule. The uneasiness that she might feel in her body, trying to figure out who she is and where she's going, developing her brands, the mini ones. Am I an actress? Am I the wife? Am I the girlfriend of an actor? Am I the girlfriend of a rapper? Who am I? All of these moments in time that are stamped. And all of the men that claim to be attached and or were attached, whether they be PR relationships or not, energetically they were connected. All of those things are a part of becoming. Now, I know nothing about the old Lori and new Lori when it comes to facial features. I'm looking at the person energetically and what I see energetically. Now, if you're from my world, then you understand that everything starts with energy first. If you see someone changing physically, then there's an energetic change first. The energy change first. The physical is the afterthought. All right. I had come across a video of a guy who said he had dated Lori Harvey, and he made it very clear. Oh, I like the old Lori better, not the skinny Lori. And so now there's this chatter on the internet that there's two versions of Lori, and I would like to say that they're not wrong. They're not wrong in their assessment. They just don't know exactly what they're looking at. They are looking at an energetic change, meaning energetically, electrically, inside of her body, hormonally, inside of her body, there has been a change. Now, there's one thing that you can never outrun and outpace, and that is Mother Nature. I don't care what your plans are. I don't care how big in lights you want to see your name, what countries you want to travel to, what businesses you want to start. There's one thing that you cannot outrun and outpace, and that's Mother Nature. Your hips will spread. Your boobs will grow. You will age. It is a part of life. So I don't care what you have going on up in your head, how big you want to see yourself, whether or not you want to be a trendsetter, or whether or not you want to be someone who is respected and modeled after. Mother Nature doesn't care about any of that stuff. Mother Nature has a time schedule, and she's always ticking. But we think that we can outsmart Mother Nature by being distracted by things that don't matter. Career and subject matters and things, trying to find ourselves and find out how we feel about our bodies and how we fit in our bodies. And we have so much going on, but in the background, or the foreground I should say, Mother Nature is still moving forward. So either you get with the program or you'll be face to face with Mother Nature. And what am I saying? Karima, what are you saying? Face to face with Mother Nature. Face to face. What are you saying? What I am saying is, if you have a womb that is operable, Mother Nature has a calling on your life. You have to decide whether or not you want to walk in that calling. If you decide not to, please understand that hormonally, she's still going through those phases. The moon still has a 28-day schedule and cycle. The woman has a 28-day schedule and cycle. Do you understand where I'm going? Let me help you out so I can finish up this video. I'm going to help you out in song, and then I'm going to give you today's mathematics. The sun's in the east and the moon reflects, like the knowledge and wisdom that I manifest. The sun's in the east and the moon reflects, like the knowledge and wisdom that I manifest. That was a song by Erykah Badu many, many, many years ago, way back in the day, when people didn't realize she was talking about the masculine and the feminine. And in Hut Wisdom, we are always trying to connect both the masculine and feminine. We believe that in order to continue with the proliferation of the human race, that there has to be a connection with both the masculine and the feminine. We are not of the mind that, oh, we're not male-centered. Oh, yeah, we are. But we're not male-centered in the way that we don't understand the importance of the feminine. Even more important than the feminine, the masculine, is the feminine. It's absolutely necessary, hence why I titled the book The Return of the Divine Feminine. We're not just returning women to the throne, we are returning divine women to the throne, recognizing all of the divine attributes of women. What do we have at a core level? The godly purpose of a woman is what we're looking at a core level. That's Hut wisdom. Hut wisdom says primal matters. We cannot deny the fact that human beings were designed and created to continue on. And so let me give you today's mathematics. And hopefully this will be helpful for Lori and all of the young women watching this video. Because you cannot outpace Mother Nature. I don't care what your plans are. Whether you decide you want to be in a Tyler Perry movie, or whether or not you want to be Instagram famous or YouTube influencer, you cannot outpace Mother Nature. So make a decision and make one now. Here's today's math. Today is November the 29th, 12:12 a.m. And the moon phase is a waning crescent. The moon is 27 days old in its cycle. That should tell you where you are in your cycle, menstrual cycle. We're going off a Luna. Word lunatics come from Luna, meaning moon. Lunatic, meaning crazy, because the ancients saw that when women would sync up with their menstrual cycles according to the moon, that there will be a lot of emotions all over the place. And so that's where the word lunatic comes from. All right? A lot of the things that we talk about today we don't know is deeply rooted, and a lot of just antiquity, you know? But that's today's math, and I want to share this with you. We talk about the mother, right? The maiden and the grandmother. Those phases of a woman's life. But a woman she doesn't just become a mother. She doesn't jump from, mother to grandmother. There is a period in life where she makes a conscious decision to step into that phase completely by aligning with it. Now, regardless of whether or not the woman agrees to that phase, it's going to happen. Her body will start to change. She can be working out all day, every day, and then she starts to one day just appear to be matronly. And she's like, why does my body look like the way my mother's body looked? What is happening to me, darling? It's called hormones. Progesterone, estrogen, testosterone. Those hormones Mother Nature put in place for one thing: to regulate the human body for reproduction. Yeah, I know it's hard to hear. But the way Mother Nature see it is either you use it or not. If it's a no, please know she's still going to take you through those cycles whether you are okay with it or not. Your hips are still going to spread. You're going to wake up one day with swollen ankles, edema for no reason. Why is my kneecap swelling up? My hands swelling up? Something is going on with me hormonally and I don't understand it. What is happening to my body? Well, darling, whether you accept the role or not, Mother Nature is still going to move forward. Plan accordingly. We plan out our education. We plan to go to school. We plan to travel. We even plan for girls' trips. Never ever do we plan or make a plan or sit down and make a plan to be aligned with Mother Nature. What does that look like in any capacity? Does that include marriage? Does that include a relationship? Does that include having children? And if it does include having children, is that a pathway? Just like if I was planning my career, there will be a career path. Is there a path to family planning? Is that my end goal? Is that my only goal? These are questions young people should be asking themselves, because Mother Nature cares not what your plans are. She's still happening. And you're not going to understand why you have so many emotions going on all at one time is because, one, you're not aligned. You don't know. You have no clue. You have no clue that the moon is at day 27. When's your menstrual cycle? You got to use an app because you have no clue who you are. I said return of the divine feminine for a purpose so that women could divinely align with our purpose. Decide or nah. If it's nah, or if you don't make any decision, Mother Nature will make one for you because you're going to come face to face with Mother Nature because you're in a race against time. People don't want to talk about it because it's very sensitive. But I believe if we talked about it, we could respect exactly what's happening to us. And we don't have to regret a darn thing when we know we've been aligned, whether it worked out or not. We don't like to talk about the fact that the clock is ticking, both on the masculine and on the feminine. A man will wake up one day and it no longer works. He doesn't understand because his father and his brother and the elders didn't teach him about masculinity. They taught him about bravado, but they taught him nothing about his body. Well, I don't want that for women. Here's why we have the return of the divine feminine. My message to Lori and to all the young girls watching is you're not going to live forever. Neither will you be in this phase of life that you are in forever. All of this stuff is temporary. Every last bit of it is temporary. If you're going to plan your career, if you are going to plan a trip, I want you to plan understanding who you are at your core. What were you created for? Plan it out. Get a pen and a paper, sit down at a table and say, okay, here's my 5-year family planning. I'm 25 now. I got 5 years to plan. 5 years of planning to do. I'm 27 now. I have 3 years of family planning to do. I'm 28 now. I have 2 years of family planning to do. And how you're going to map this out is based on what phase of your life you're in. You know your elder Karima, I'm in my final phase of life. Is it scary? No. Sometimes it's trippy as all hell because my body be doing things I'm like, wait a minute, hold on now. But that's the phase of life I'm in. Thank goodness back in my day we had women like Susan Weed and all of the people that I had under my belt. I was under their belt, I should say, learning about this holistic living. I've learned it, so I was kind of a little prepared for it. But I don't believe the world is prepared. Young women are not prepared. They are moving from maiden to mother and they have no freaking clue. They look at themselves in the mirror and they feel, I feel ugly. And so they go to a plastic surgeon. I don't like the way my chin is sagging, not knowing that that's only a 2-year sag, baby. It'll go away. Feeling like their arms are sagging, not knowing that'll go away. Or it'll get bigger. The body is constantly changing. I want to get my boobs done because they're too small. So they go to the doctor, get breast implants, and then hit the mother phase of their life. Hormones kick in and boobs triple the size. Not knowing if they just would have waited a little bit longer, that their body would have already adjusted. That's today's math. You're not going to be where you are forever. If you can plan out anything, plan out your life and make sure it's aligned with Mother Nature. That is all I have to say. I'm not going to tell Lori to stop dating or stop trying to find whoever or having PR. That is not my goal. My goal is to help her understand that she is no longer in the phase that we met her in. And that is more important than anything she could even conceive of being. Until next time, y'all, be inspired, be empowered, and be well.